Episode 6. The Ash and the Flame. The truth always finds light, whether in broken archives or broken hearts. In the chamber where thrones were once built, a ghost will choose whether to burn it all or walk away. A kingdom on the edge, a princess at the precipice. Tonight, the fire chooses its master.
It began not with a trumpet, but with a whisper. A kitchen door left unlatched, a cistern poisoned, a watchtower unmanned. For 2 years, Nyasha had orchestrated a symphony of small betrayals, each one seemingly harmless. A shift in guard rotation here, a shipment redirected there, scrolls rewritten, firestones smuggled, loyalties tested and broken. She used Elion's love to reach the council chambers. She fed Ronza's pride, playing him like a drum of war. He believed she admired his strength. Elion believed she understood his heart, but both were pawns in her hands. And yet, she hesitated. There were moments, fleeting, fragile, when the laughter of Kinderan children would pause her thoughts, the softness in Elion's sketches, the warmth of old women blessing their crops, the lilt of songs drifting from the market. It chipped at her resolve. But then she remembered her mother's scream, her father's blood, her name forgotten and traded for coin. She would cry, alone in her chamber, biting her sleeve to muffle the sobs. Still, she passed the final message. The assault was set, but Prince Elion had begun to suspect. The palace courtyard shimmered with paper lanterns, their golden light reflecting off Nyasha's silk robes as she stood beside Prince Elion. Laughter bubbled from nobles dancing to drum beats, but her eyes strayed to the eastern gates, where the rebels would strike at the appointed time. Elion offered her a lotus flower, its petals edged with firestone dust. "Make a wish," he said softly. She smiled, her voice honeyed. "Wishes are for children, my prince." As she turned to leave, a scroll slipped from her sleeve. Elion caught it, his blood freezing at the Voroban lion sigil stamped in ash. The message was brief. "The eastern garrison is unmanned. Strike at moonfall. N." He stared at her retreating figure. The truth hit at him sharp as a dagger. That night, Elion combed the archives by candlelight, dust clinging to his hands. Records of the Voroban massacre were scrubbed clean, but he found scraps. The maid Kasira sold a child with gold anklets, 10 copper coins. A trader's log, girl, approx, 8 IRs, sold to palace steward, no name given. He watched Nyasha through keyholes, whispering to a blacksmith who bore Voroban tribal scars, slipping firestone vials into the steward's wine, smiling at Ronza with a serpent's grace. When he tried confronting her about her past in the gardens, she deflected like smoke. "Why ask about the past, Prince? The present is far more flammable." He said nothing. He fed her false orders, tracked her network, quietly dismantled every cell. She swallowed them all, her coded letters flowing to the rebels. Meanwhile, Ronza's obsession deepened. He gifted her a dagger with a lion-shaped hilt. "Cut your enemies," he purred, "or cut me. Either would be a thrill." Nyasha laughed, twirling the blade. "Careful, Prince. Some cuts never heal." Then, the night before the attack, Elion confronted her. Nyasha stood at the edge of the tower, her hands gripping the stone railing until her knuckles turned white. The festival lights below flickered like distant stars, laughter rising like smoke from the streets. Their laughter, Kindara's laughter. She closed her eyes, and for a moment she was 8 years old again, hiding in an alcove, her mother's blood soaking into the cracks of the throne room floor. Do not cry out. Do not move. But now Nyasha was crying. Sobs racked her body, silent and violent. She slid to her knees, the dagger hidden in her sleeve clattering to the floor. Prince Elian found her there. Nyasha, he whispered, kneeling beside her. His hands hovered, afraid to touch her. Please, let me help you. She recoiled. You can't. I know who you are. Her breath hitched. He pulled a crumpled letter from his cloak, the one she'd written to the rebels. The Voroban lion symbol glared up at them. I've known for weeks. The troop movements you leaked, they were lies. The rebels are captured. The northern raiders are dead. Nyasha's eyes blazed. Then kill me? Finish what your family started. Elian's voice broke. I don't want to finish it. I want to end it. You are going to burn this kingdom, he said. But I know who you are now, Princess Amana of Voruba. She froze. And I still love you. Love, she scoffed. I wanted to believe that was enough, she said. But love doesn't raise the dead. It doesn't bring back my mother's scream or my father's last breath. Elian stepped closer, chest rising and falling. My grandfather, he didn't order the invasion. Matekai forged the command. I found the record. Zuberi discovered it only after your father was dead. And then he covered it up, she snapped. Let the story of victory stand. Let the mines be drained. Let the people of Voruba be erased. Silence is complicity. Elian flinched. She saw it. He knew it was true. Nyasha broke. She screamed, raged, wept for her mother, her father, her name, her people, her stolen childhood. She condemned the silence that followed the slaughter, the masquerade of peace, the cover-up. Elian listened. Then he did something few kings' bloods would dare. He knelt. Let me show you, he said. Elian led her through secret passages, down winding stairs slick with moss. Torchlight revealed a cell deep beneath the palace. Inside, a gaunt figure chained to the wall raised his head. Matekai. His once proud face was hollow, eyes milky with blindness. Who's there? He croaked. Your reckoning, Elian said. Nyasha froze. What is this? The man who destroyed Voruba, Elian said. Grandfather imprisoned him here the night he learned the truth. He tried to atone, Nyasha. He sent emissaries to find survivors, but you were already gone. Matekai laughed, a wet, broken sound. Zuberi was weak. He thought locking me away would cleanse his guilt, but the blood, it never washes off. Nyasha stepped closer. You killed my parents. And you'll kill his, Matekai hissed, nodding at Elian. The cycle never ends. Voruba, Kindara, northern dogs, we're all just bones for the vultures. Elian gripped Nyasha's arm. This is the man who orchestrated the massacre, not my grandfather, not Kindara, him, and he's been here, rotting, for 15 years. Nyasha trembled. The dungeon walls seemed to close in, the air thick with the stench of decay and regret. Why show me this? She whispered. Because hatred will only bury you alive. You want revenge? Take it. Elian pressed his dagger into her hand and pointed it at Matekai. Kill him, but it won't bring your parents back. It'll just make you his shadow. Matekai grinned, teeth black. Do it, girl. Let me see your father's eyes one last time. Nyasha raised the blade, then froze. Her reflection wavered in the metal. A child sold for copper, a spy, a weapon, a monster. She dropped the dagger. No, she said, voice raw. Let him rot.
Some truths are buried, some are chained, and some, like Nyasha, rise from the ash with eyes wide open, and a choice that will echo for generations. The truth unearthed, the cycle broken or reborn, the final shadow rises next. Ring that bell for notification, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching.